All right, good morning, everyone. So we're going to get started here with the live day trading morning show with me, your host, Ross, from Warrior Trading. This morning, we've got some continuation on UCAR. This was the one that you may recall I was trading yesterday morning, and it ended up making a really nice move. It has gone all the way up to a high of $15.19. Yesterday during the morning show, when we ended the morning show, it was priced at $5. So it went up 300%. I mean, this thing made a huge move yesterday and continued this morning. Right now, at the moment, it's kind of hanging out around volume weight average price. It tried to break this descending resistance line. It wasn't able to. We're back below it. As I'm trading, you'll see top corner right here, my P&L. So if I take any trades during the morning show, you'll see that P&L change. You'll see the position, my average price, and then if I make money or lose money, you'll see right there. So right now I have a closed position. I'm all out. I took a dip trade on UCAR, and it was a break. Well, it was $150, whatever. More or less a break-even trade. It didn't do what I thought it would do, so I got out. But yeah, I'll watch UCAR. It is our second leading gapper this morning, up 69.96%. It's got 11 million shares of volume, a lot of volume. Leading gapper's MMV. MMV is interesting. It's a little cheaper, $2. It's up 120% right now, 2.9 million shares of volume. So it's getting some attention there, but 200 moving average, well, I guess it's about 463. Had some resistance on the daily, but it broke through that. So right now I'm kind of only so interested in it. Mark hitting the scans, I don't have any interest in Mark. You know, that one's too cheap. That's not going to be my cup of tea. So a little bit of sitting tight at the moment, kind of watching to see what maybe pops up in the next 30 minutes or so between now and the opening bell. I just don't see a lot outside of UCAR and MMV that I think are obvious, but we'll see. Thank you to those tuning in on YouTube and Facebook. Appreciate you guys being here. I hope you hit the thumbs up, and I hope you maybe share these streams with a couple of your friends. We're celebrating our 10-year anniversary here at Warrior Trading. 10 years since I created the YouTube channel. So 10 years ago, in 2013, I set up the YouTube channel, and now we've grown to over 1 million subscribers, which is pretty wild. So we've got some special things we're doing to celebrate our 10-year anniversary, and we're emailing out some of those things to folks on our email list. So if you're not on the email list, I can give you a link here. Once you are on the email list, oh, let me just check this one. Digital Ally, DGLY, 2.49 million share float. You've got a very low float. It's easy to borrow, 49% up. Wow. What's the news on Digital Ally? Easy to borrow is interesting. 200 moving average is at 726. So, all right, well, I'm going to leave that one alone. Here's the link for those of you on YouTube. If you want to, there you go. If you want to download my MicroStrategy and technical analysis PDF, and you can jump on our newsletter, and then we'll email you special discounts and trials and things like that when we're doing them. Okay, so let's see. UCAR is pulling back. MMV moving higher. MMV needs another pullback. So current high is 38 on MMV. So you had a dip there from like 37, 38. First candle to make a new high, goes up to 44. It's not a massive return, but it is moving. Back to 36, topping tail. So MMV is a little more expensive. UCAR. Under VWAP right now. Volume weight average price though is 1382, so we're kind of right at that level. Low of this pullback was 1228, pulled back quite a bit. So what do you guys think is the obvious one today? We've got about 22 minutes to the opening bell. MMV is the leading gapper, 148%. UCAR, 68%, but continuation. Well, MMV and UCAR, definitely it's one of those two. That seems to be the consensus. Starter for me there on MMV for the breakthrough, 250. This is one that if we get the breakthrough the $0.50, I may add to the position. We've got 5 million shares of volume so far, so let's see if this wants to break through 250. So new orders at 251 on MMV. $247, $248. But see how there's a 10,000 share seller there at 248. I'm going to watch for it to make a second attempt at 250. High is 249. So holding right now at 245. There's 245 on the ask. 246, 247, 248. So let's see if this can break through 250. Added right there. Now looking for 255. So this is our leading gapper. It's up 160%. So now over 255 is my next add. Watching 255. Added right there, 254 for the break of 255. And now I'm looking for that squeeze up to 265, 275. Right, so let's see if this pulls away here. New orders at 258. I'll put it at 260. So let's watch the retest of the $0.50. And now over 256, 257. I want to see this pull away up to 265. So we're up 163%. There you go. There's 56. Now look for 57, 58. There's 60 on the ask. Took a little profit there at 58. Now watching with a new order at 61. 40,000 share buyer at 55. Added at 56 because of that big buyer at 55. But someone's selling into that buyer, so I'm going to sell as well. It feels like a bit of a grinder. We've got 6.2 million shares of volume. It's up 170%. Is it pulling away? No. It's moving. I mean, realistically, it's up 12 cents from my entry. I got in at 45 with my starter. So 15 cents when it hit 260. And that's kind of the problem with these lower price stocks is we don't get, I mean, you know, sometimes you do, but a lot of times these lower price stocks don't give us these really big moves. So new order now would be 260. The only thing I'll say is that sometimes with these, it's important just to keep taking stabs at it, because if it keeps holding up here, then maybe over a certain level, it does start to pull away. I mean, maybe that's 275 and then you get that 20-cent move up to 3. I don't know, but sometimes we'll see that. You know, on the other hand, you have to be a little bit careful about churning commissions. So high there, 65, 67. All right, so that right there, 68. That right there was the cleanest move so far. Now up to 70. 78, right? So see, all of a sudden, right, it pulls away like that. But you got to be careful on chasing. Tapped a high of 86. So now the 5-minute is getting extended. So, you know, I don't think you can really fault me for selling where I sold. We got the breakout and then we kind of stalled out there. And then did it make sense to get back in at 260? You know, I had my order ready and I hesitated because I was like, I don't know, I'm not sure if we're gonna get a big move there. But now, you know, of course I missed the cleanest stretch of the move. So I think what probably is happening up here are some shorts are getting stopped out. So I'll take a starter here for the squeeze through 305. So watch over 305. This type of setup, by the way, and I'm taking a little off the table at 307. This is just jumping on momentum. It's definitely chasing something that's higher. And so I always do these kind of trades with smaller share size when I buy around like a $0.50 or a whole dollar, because the risk is higher up here. There's no question about it. So taking a little more profit at 13. So now we've got a high of 17. So what I do is I put an order at 25 and added right there at 17. Now looking for 25 and 30. So see, all of a sudden as this starts to pull away, now I'm looking for shorts to get squeezed out. And I'm going to look to add at 25, 26. Let's see if we get that squeeze on this. Adding at 22. Actually, no fill on that order. I'm going to go flat on that trade. Okay, so two things happened there. One, I tried to add and I didn't get filled on my add. Now it's dipping down. I saw a little bit of selling come in. So very quickly my bias changed from let's add to let's take a little profit. So we came in at this point to that resistance level. So again, like I said, with these stocks that get this extended, and this is up 226%, you want to be really careful as you're chasing, because you know you can get away with it. You could chase, and then that last trade, next thing you know, you lose 20 cents on it or something, and it gives up a lot of small winners. Okay, so right now we're coming back up. If this breaks through 25, I would look for a move up to 35 and 45. Added at 20 on the ask right there. I want to see if this is going to break through 25. New orders at 25, added at 25. Now let's look for 35 and 45, right? So as it breaks the new high, there's 30 on the ask. I'm going to put an order at 31 to add, because if it breaks 30, then we're looking for 45, 50. So this is a situation where I'm watching, looking to buy, added on the dip there at 20, bought that dip. Now let's look for the second attempt through 30. So there's 23. Let's see if this thing can squeeze through 330. So we've got 323, flat on that trade for a $500 loss, stopped at 319 for now. And again, I don't mind taking a little bit of a loss off the top. I just have to keep my stops tight. So a couple winners, one loser. Now watching dip, no fill, added at 301, buying the dip down here. So looking for that pop back up to 305, 306. A small profit on that trade, holding 1,600 shares at a 301 average right now. Let's see if it holds this level. If it holds 3, first 1 minute candle to make a new high would be 311. There's 310. Taking a little profit at 306. We've got 9.9 million shares of volume. Dip at 95, buying this dip here. Looking for the reclaim of 3. Let's see if it pops back up over $3. There's 98 on the ask. 97. There's 99, but 3 on the ask now, 301, taking a little profit on the ask as it breaks back over that level. Average is now 96. 10,000 share buyer on the bid there, taking a little profit as it breaks over, holding at 96 average. There's 308, 309. So I think I made back more or less the 500 I lost off the top on these dip trades. High of this candle, 330. That was our high of day. got about 10 minutes to the opening bell. 10 million shares of volume on MMV. It's up 222%. It's the leading gapper in the entire market. This is obviously a stock a lot of people are watching this morning. So right now I'm seeing a level at 311. There you go. Broke 311. Nice. So that could have been a nice trade if you took that break right here at 311. Still holding small size from 296. So what I'm looking at here is a little bit of an inverted head and shoulders pattern. Added there at 25, now looking for the squeeze through 30. So watch 30 to break down. There's 30 on the ask. There, it's thinning out. I'm looking to add over 31. There you go. Now looking for 35 and 40. There's 34. Little profit there at 33. Not a lot, but a little bit. Can we break 35? There you go. There's 37, 36. New order 40. So let's see if this wants to pull away up to 340. Watching the dip following the breakout. Added at 32 there on the dip. Now looking for the squeeze through 38. So that's a quick dip trade off of 33. Now I'm looking for the break through 40. There's 37, 38. I'm taking a little profit. It's, you know, I'm holding some sides, but it's stalling out a little bit here again. Flat the rest at 30. Sold the rest on the bid. So there were a couple of spots I could have traded that better. I could have added at 11 and I could have added right here, but I added to anticipate the break through the high at about 26. And that pretty much completes the inverted head and shoulders back up to here. This is up, we peaked at 253%. Dip trade, bought 303, buying the dip off the whole dollar. Now watching back over 315. There's 307. Let's see how much it bounces back up. A little profit at 309. Stop break even on the rest. I don't love, I'm going to take a little more profit here at 308, 309. I don't love that it went below 311 and is now having a hard time getting back above it. That's kind of that, that shoulder line that I drew before. So it's okay to take a dip down there, but 5-minute extended false breakout in a way on the 5-minute because it made a new high and then dropped. That's not ideal. So got some trades on MMV here. We've got about 5 minutes to the opening bell, although it doesn't really make a huge difference. Trading pre-market is fine. Well, we will probably see more volume come in at the open. MACD has just crossed over. Yep. So you know, I mean, we got a pretty nice move on this one. I didn't probably trade it as well as I could have. I missed that big move from 260 up to 3, and then I chased it for the break of 3 for some small gains as it was going higher, but you know, that was not as clean. So I'll remind you guys, as always, that trading is risky and my results aren't typical. And I'd encourage you to practice in a simulator if you're learning my strategy before you put real money on the line. If you can't make money in a simulator, you really have no business trading with real money. So practice in a simulator first, test out your strategies that you're learning, and then once you've got that proof of concept of making money in a sim, that's when you start to get the confidence to flip the switch and go live with real money. So today was a series of base hits. I think the biggest loser was around $500. I don't know how much the biggest winner was. I didn't really look that closely, but maybe 2,000 or so. Anyways, so not a home run day by any means, but base hits add up. Sitting at total profit $4,832.74. And basically that all came in about 30 minutes. I broke the ice with my first trade on MMV at 45, $2.45, which was at, where was that? 908. So in 20 minutes, I just made $4,684 on MMV. That's not bad. It'd be nice if I could average, you know, $4,600 every 20 minutes. That's not the way trading works. Trading is a lot of being patient, and then when you get something, being aggressive in that moment to capture as much of it as you can. And so, you know, there's kind of a challenge of like, how much time do you want to spend waiting? If you wait for 12 hours, then, you know, it's just like fishing. I mean, if you go fishing for 12 hours, you'll probably catch more fish than if you fish for only 2 hours. On the other hand, how many fish do you need in order to feel like you've done a good job and that you've done enough? So for me, nearly $5,000 a day, well, 5,000 is my daily goal. 5,000 a day is $1 million a year. So if I could do that in 30 minutes, you know, then that opens up the rest of my day to do other stuff. And some of those other things might also make money. So anyways, we've got about 2 minutes to the opening bell. So MMV, leading gapper, we'll continue to watch that going into the open, and we'll watch that. That'll probably be one worth watching all day today. It's got 12 million shares of volume right now, so lots of volume. That's great to see. UCAR still up 63%, under VWAP right now though, so that one's not interesting at the moment to me. And those are the two probably most obvious stocks this morning. So we've got a game plan. We've got less than 2 minutes to the opening bell. Those of you guys that tuned in on YouTube this morning, thank you for being here. I hope you hit the thumbs up. I hope you enjoy the morning show. I'll be back at it next week. Next week, I'll be on the traveling trading station. So my first priority is the broadcast to my Warrior Pro students. If I don't happen to have as good of Wi-Fi, well, I won't probably have as good of Wi-Fi as I have here at home. But some days while I'm traveling, the Wi-Fi will be great and I'll have no problem streaming and doing the morning show. Other days, if it's not as good, I'm going to prioritize streaming just to Warrior Pro members. So next week, maybe, you know, hit or miss. I may not stream every day, but we'll see. We'll see what, you know, the internet looks like. Anyway, so thank you guys for tuning in on YouTube, and make sure you check out, if you want to download my technical analysis series to help you better understand why I was trading MMV, why I got in where I got in, where I got out, where I got out. Spend some time educating yourself, learn more about this strategy, practice it in a simulator, and I'll see you guys back here on Monday morning. All right, thanks as always for those who have hit the thumbs up and tuned in on YouTube. And I'll remind you, as always, that trading is risky and my results aren't typical, so take it slow. 30 seconds to the opening bell. MMV is whipping around here, I agree. You're seeing those candles where it's like popping and dropping. It's like really jumping around right in that area there, a 10-cent range. It was 311, then 398, then 311, then 398. So now we're getting into this